Hello. Navigating the corporate world can be very challenging, you know, and working in corporate as a black person or an immigrant can really be challenging. Today, we are going to dive into how to navigate the corporate world as a black or an immigrant person and how to understand office politics in the corporate world. With this being said, I would like to tell you guys when I first start working in corporate for I think it's like 5 years ago, and I wish I had people that were telling me or give me guidance on how to navigate around the workspace. It has not been easy, I can definitely say that, but I keep on learning within the process. Like people always say, learning on the job. So me learning on the job has allowed me to have lots and lots of experience that I'm about to pass on to you. Like I said, sometimes you are in your office space and you're just trying to do your job. The next thing you know, you are decoding office politics like it's some type of a secret society. But no worries at all, no worries at all. I'm going to give you 5, 6, or maybe 10 tips on how to navigate around office politics and what you should expect and how you should conduct yourself to make sure you can climb the corporate ladder. So number one, I think something that people don't take serious is emotional intelligence. Working in corporate, you're going to face a lot of adversities, and you have to be emotionally intelligent to navigate around those problems. You're going to have colleagues that might piss you off. You're going to have a manager or a boss that can be a little pushy, but you have to know when not to lose your temper. I prefer you never lose your temper. Just play the game with them. Make sure you play the game within the office and see how you can navigate around those things intelligently. Control your emotions. Don't take things personal. So that is the first one I'm saying. Emotionally intelligence, it's something you definitely need to have. Point number 2, learn to socialize. You know, being an immigrant or a black person in an office space, most of the time we don't want to cause trouble. We just want to make sure we come to work, do our job, bow your head down, and then go home, because that is where everybody get their bread and butter. So I understand the reasoning behind it. But I'm telling you, this second point about socializing is an amazing strategy that you can use. When you socialize, you give the people around you the chance to be comfortable with you, and you ask the right questions, and you do the right things that might take you up there. So don't be the person that just come to work, sit down, bow your head, and that can be easily taken that you are like negligent, instead of you are just the type that is unproblematic. And I will really advise you to socialize, talk to your colleagues. Yeah, I know most of us don't like to chat, office chats, especially if there are women in the office, no point intended. But most of us just want to just go there, do our jobs, and just leave. I don't think that's a good strategy. That's something that you definitely need to work on. You can talk to people, and you can still keep your private life private. But you can just make sure you put your hands in conversation, make sure you put your mouth here and there, and you don't need to give too much details, but try to socialize within the office. And the third point that I'm telling you is perception matters. I'm telling you, in the corporate world, it's not just what you know, it's the perception in which people view you as. How can I break that down? You can be working over hours for 10, 15 years, and if people feel like you're not doing it right and they have a different perception of you, you're doing it for nothing, and you cannot even get a promotion. Because how promotion works in the corporate world is they promote people that are likable, people that are easily maneuvered, people that can go through conversation easily, people that people can be easy around. It's not about what you know, it's how you can navigate around the space. So try to be likable, understand that perception matters, know and be keen and be mindful on how you want people to perceive you, because perception matters. I will dive in on it in another episode, but I just want you to keep that in mind. That is our third point. And our fourth point is, even though I'm telling you to socialize, always keep in mind that you don't have friends. This is a sad reality because that is something that I've definitely went through. I'm a very friendly person, even though I'm an introvert, but I'm very friendly and I tend to trust people a lot. If we're working together, I'm spending most of my days in the office anyways. So I see these people as my family and friends because I'm spending there more than 8 hours. Sometimes if we have meetings, I'll stay there longer. If we have trips, office trips, sometimes we travel with people. So I see them as family as well. But unfortunately, you will learn the hard way if you feel like the people there are your friends. This is not a shade to any of my co-workers or anything, but understand that you're there to work and you're working with them. They are your colleagues. They are not your friend. That does not mean you hate them or you don't like them, but you love them as colleagues. Let it be about the work. Let it only be about the work. If you have something that you don't want people to know, don't say it to them. You never know what's the thing that people are thinking behind it, behind their thoughts or whatever you share, how it can be used against you. But I'm not advising you to draw those people in your real life. Only if you really, really trust them. But just keep in mind that those people are not your friend. And our next point that I'm going to say is learn communication skills. Communication skills matters. I don't know how much I don't know how much I can emphasize on how your communication skills is going to put you places that you never thought you will be. When you have a good communication skills, it's not about you speaking the perfect English or the perfect Netherlands or the perfect French or anything, but your lichaam style, your body language, and how you conduct yourself around people. How presentable are you? The clothes that you're wearing. You don't need to wear expensive clothes, but you can wear clothes that are appropriate for office functions if what you're doing is an office functioning job. So know how you talk to people, know when to talk to people, know how to conduct yourself in meetings. Understand that meetings are not made to discuss ideas. Most of the time, meetings are made for decisive decision. The decision has already been made. They're just going to discuss it and talk to you about it for you to understand this is the direction that the company is going, and this is why they are going there. So you can always give your inputs, but understand that it has nothing to do with you. And the next one that I'm going to say is, please don't date your co-workers. Please don't date your co-workers. I know that there are some bad chicks in office setting, in corporate world. I know there are some beautiful women and beautiful men there, but I'm telling you, you are going to save yourself lots of trouble if you don't date your co-worker. Dating your co-worker, that can never go right. It can only go right if it's ended up being a successful relationship and you guys get married and he or she stop working where you're working. Because if you guys are dating and you're working in the same place, whatever marital fights that you guys have at home, you're going to bring it to the office and it's going to show around to your managers and other people around you, and that is only going to be worse. And so I would definitely tell you not to do that. And the last point that I'm going to make for today on this episode is understand and never take things personal. It is not about you. Those people are making millions or thousands of euros. You are just another number. You are valid, of course. Make sure you give your input, make sure you work, make sure you do your best, and make sure you show up and understand that this is your job. You are doing it for your family, you're doing it for yourself. That is where you earn your income, and make sure you respect your job, show up on time and everything, but understand that you don't take things personal. You are going to face criticism, whether it's critical criticism or you might feel like it was unnecessary or they are picking on you or whatever. Just take a deep breath and understand it's not personal. Know how to navigate. Know how to give back your feedback after you get critically criticized. If you feel like it has not been properly criticized, you feel like they are picking on you, you can always give back feedback in a very respectful way, saying, for instance, I understand your inputs that you give. I will take that full-heartedly, but I just wanted to point out that on these projects I contributed this and this, and that is just to show how much I valued my insights in this company and how much I want to keep growing. And you giving me feedback, I'm not seeing this as a criticism, I'm seeing this as another stepping stone that I can step in and be more good at my job and be more helpful to the company, because all the company wants is for them to know that they can trust you and you are looking forward and you're looking to make sure the company grow. So for this episode, those are the mindful insights that I will just give you about corporate world. But I will see you on the next episode, and I want you guys to tell me in the comments what are your stories that you've been through in the corporate world, and I will choose one of the stories that is given in the comments. I will talk about it on the next episode. So stay tuned, guys. It's your host Amin. Never forget, this is Clever Chats, where we handle experiences with people in the corporate world, and where we break it down for the layman to understand. Understand this. We will talk about pop culture as well. Make sure you subscribe and like. Don't worry about anything. I got you covered. Okay, see you guys next time.